Hi friends, this is Caitlin and I'm back here with you tonight and so happy. We are going to be playing with some fun Pink and Main products. Nothing is new. Every product is a throwback favorite product of mine. I believe I should have the February subscriptions by Thursday, by the time we go live on Thursday. And so if that is the case, we will be using the stamp of the month on Thursday. But I wanted to kind of keep going with our spring theme, but I wanted to bring back some of the products that I haven't gotten to use with you guys, at least in a while. And one of the things that I know I mentioned back in the winter and I couldn't find it, and then I did find it, is the empty snow globe stamp and the coordinating dies. And so we are going to play with this, but the cool thing about this set is there's different seasonal scene sets that can go inside. So I broke out the spring snow globe scenes and we're going to be making a really cute spring card. Now we did make a shaker on Thursday, this one, with the new square shaker pouch, right? This guy. And I wanted to make another shaker, but this one is going to be a little different because the shaker that this cuts out has a really thin frame. And I've only ever made this by stacking lots of layers of the frame, and it's time consuming and I don't enjoy that process. So I had another idea of how we can make a shaker card with the snow globe without having to do that and with not using a pouch. So that is the plan for tonight. I have no idea what shaker confettis we're going to use, so I just brought the whole tray. So when you see that over here on the side, that's what that is. Let me go through and say hi to everybody who's checking in. Let's see, Susan's checking in here from Georgia. She's saying all the snow should finally be gone tomorrow. That's good. I see Gail's checking in from Texas where it's starting to warm up. Helene said it's still snowy over there and she just got her Wi-Fi back. I'm glad that you could be here. I see Miss Jackie Ann is here and Angela said it's 83 in Arizona today. That must be nice for you. I'm very jealous. Let's see, I see Virginia's here and checking in. I see, ooh, Jazzy Plans to Plan. That's such a cute name. Hey, Jazzy. Let's see, I see Miss Judy is here checking in. And I see Jennifer's here. And Sarah's checking in from West Virginia, where it is currently snowing hard. Well, that sucks, Sarah. I'm sorry about that. We do still have a ton of snow and ice on the ground here. It has not gotten warm enough for pretty much anything to melt. Most of our roads are clear, but there's still like almost a foot of snow and ice on the grass everywhere you go. Let's see. Kathy's checking in from icy New Jersey. Yep. Delaware and Jersey, very similar. It kind of went right up through that part of the East Coast. But I am choosing to ignore that snow and weather. I do not agree. And so I will live in denial and we will make spring cards. That is the plan. Also, early shout out to our other Gail. She's going through some stuff still with her vertigo. And so she's just watching the replays later. But when you see this later, I'm thinking of you. All right. We are going to go ahead and jump in, I think. Let's just do that because this card might take a minute. Our supporting actors for today's card. We talked about the stamps. I also grabbed the Cheerful Florals pattern paper because I thought this like blue and yellow floral could be really fun, or the green leaves. I'm not positive. I should have mentioned this. I want to use the birds in the bird bath for the snow globe scene. I have used this one. It looks like I used this, but I don't remember coloring it. So that's the one I want to use. And so I thought one of these would be really cute as like our background pattern paper. And I want to add a little pop. This little base section has its own die. And so I want to make a little wooden base with some Pebble cardstock and our Woodgrain embossing folder. And then we're going to make it a shaker. So let me pop that stuff down there for now. Let's see what these papers are looking like. Hey, Kelly, checking in from Oregon. Is it nice out there? I feel like it's always medium and out that way. See, I feel like that could be so cute. I also just love how like happy these colors are. Very nice. I mean, that's definitely cute, but I kind of want to go bold because these guys are just like so delicate, and this is going to have a lot of white space. And I feel like the blue and yellow will give us some fun options for our sequin mix that we can make. Right? I think that's fun. All right, let's get that floral trimmed down so I can move this pattern paper off the desk. How's everybody's week going? You know the drill. It's only Tuesday, but that doesn't mean much to me. It can still be crazy. I am going to trim this down 1/8 of an inch because you already know I'm going to want a white matte border. I know. All right, so we're gonna need a full-sized A2 for our card fronts. And that's just gonna give me that tiny little thin white border. Love that. We're gonna need oh yeah, so that should fit that and our scene just fine. So in theory, we only need that for now. We're probably going to end up stamping out our sentiment on like white and adding it on top of that base, but we'll figure that out later. That's later's problem. We're not going to be attaching these yet because we're going to need it for our shaker. We'll just put it that way. We'll deal with that when we get there. But for now, I want to stamp my scene and my snow globe. And you don't have to die cut the snow globe. You can also just like you don't have to cut the frame of the snow globe. You can just cut the outer edge and add like the little highlight and color it as if it's like a snow globe pattern, right? And then keep it solid. It doesn't have to be a shaker. Hey to Melissa and hey to Miss Darcel. I'm so happy that you made it. You're like barely late. I haven't even done anything fun yet. All right. I know I told you I don't have the, oh yeah, we'll definitely be able to do the sentiment just from this one. I don't have the new Stamp of the Month subscription yet, like physically here, but did you guys see it? Because it's so good. I'm so excited for it. I'm peeling my snow globe stamp up and just repressing through the center to make sure I don't have any air bubbles under there, because that we're going to die cut out the middle anyway, but I just try to do it whenever I'm using a big stamp like that. If there's a bubble there, it'll pick up the ink and then stamp it onto the middle of your cardstock. But yeah, the new subscriptions are adorable. I love, love, love the Stamp of the Month. The Foil of the Month color is absolutely beautiful. It's like the perfect springy green. There's some really cool stuff in the Crafty Courtyard kit, a big die set. So cute. And I just saw the stuff from the release, and it's really good, you guys. It's really cute. I did not re-ink my ink pad, as I'm sure you can tell from how this is stamping. All right, the snow globe looks good enough. We can wipe that off and move him, just to decrease the risk of anything getting messed up or ink where it shouldn't be or whatever. Okay. Hey, Brennan's here. And almost on time. No naps today, Brennan? Did you actually get some sleep for once? I don't know how you function. Like, I know I don't sleep, but like you really don't sleep. Also, shameless plug for Craft Roulette. This Friday, I will be on Craft Roulette making a fun card project with who knows what. It's a live card making challenge game, and you get assigned 4 things that have to go into or be part of your card, and then you make it on the spot, and it's very fun, and I hope you will come hang out with me. Hey Kay, how are you? Oh my gosh, and Melissa's already booking more cruises. Let's see. Oh, good. Brennan got out of school early and got his nap in early. Perfect. And we're writing on existentialism in children's literature. Of course you are. Okay, the first time I watched, my first time on Craft Roulette, I watched probably 30 previous Craft Roulettes to to get used to it and see what everybody else was doing. And I made a full list of all of the possibilities and wrote down for every single thing, like what I could use from my stash, so I would be prepared ahead of time. And then every time since then, it's been a little easier. But this one I'm going to be on because they just announced their live event for this year in Kansas City. And I am going to be there because I am hosting the virtual components, which is exciting. I've never done anything like that before. So that's why I'm going to be on this time, even though I was just on. We usually try to spread out, the episodes and the guests. Usually if I'm on like once in the spring and once in the fall, if I'm lucky. But she books up quick. She's a busy lady, Miss Mary Gunn. All right, as you can see, we're making bluebirds, which I also want to do when we get that new stamp set. Melissa and I were texting about it the other day. They're so cute, and I'm just picturing them. On the packaging image, they're drawn as, they're like yellow, and to me they kind of look like chicken chicks, but I just can't, I am envisioning them as bluebirds. So that's what we're going to do when we get them. So just think of this as like the practice round of coloring for those little birds. All right, so we started out with B 0.5 and blending out was B 0.3. There's not a ton of room here, so I'm trying really hard to leave some highlights. Okay, the first time I did it, I only had my iPhone 2. I just had like a arm that I could, like a stand that I could rotate it so it could be facing me, and when they like went to break or like take you off of the screen, then I just moved it so it was facing down. So don't let that be a hindrance. I promise there is a way to work around that. I used to film all of my YouTube videos and edit them only on my phone, which filming videos is not bad on your phone, but editing down like an hour to hour and a half long card making session into like 10 minutes on your phone is not enjoyable. I will tell you that. Yeah, see, Brendan knows. Brendan knows what's up. Okay. I love those little birds. They're so cute. I think I want a little more yellowy little beakies for them. We'll go kind of right in between. I don't want a Y and I don't want a O, so let's do a YO. This is definitely did not need 2 markers, but I'm going to squeeze them both in there anyway. So cute. Love it. I love it. I love it. Normally I would do a gray bird bath, but I'm thinking maybe like a tan kind of cement color instead. And this one I'm pretty sure we talked about has a big jump, the 07s. But for something like this, I don't think a big jump is going to be a problem. Oh my gosh, my daughter's up in the taking a shower and all I can hear is Taylor Swift blaring from her phone. Hopefully you guys can't hear it and YouTube can't hear it. What do you think that is? Is that like a leaf? We're going to color that as if it's a leaf. Do you see it? This little like bump right there? It's probably like a vine or something, right? I think so. All right. I'm just adding little touches of the darkest color kind of to the different design elements. And then we're just going to pick a side. We're going to pick the right side. And we're going to add some shadow over there. And then down here at the bottom. And that was 7.7. So then the next one is 7.3. Which that's the one I was saying normally is a big jump. But for this, with like the kind of contrast I think we need, is not going to be a problem. Pull that color over. And if it ends up a little bumpy, not a problem. And then 7.1. Go. So cute. So I think it still looks like cement. It just looks warmer. Perfect. Helene agrees. It looks like ivy. Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna try to match our green to like the YG kind of greens that are in this. And then our flower will try to kind of match with those yellows. I think that'll be like a cute tie-in. So YGs for sure. Let's go in with a little 2.5, starting out with my darkest colors for all of these steps, just like I usually do. If that makes you nervous, you can always start light and then work your way darker and back to light if you need to. And we'll just go ahead and color that in now. This guy can get a little color. And I'm going to just kind of flick some color up into that grass. Then from the 0.5, we're going to move to the 0.3. That actually looks darker. Whatever, we're just going to roll with it. It's like a little bit of a different tone. It's kind of weird. The colors are going to look great with the paper though. There we go. Right? Very cute. Oh, thank you, Virginia. Yeah, if you guys can take a second to give a thumbs up to the main video, make sure that you're subscribed to Pink and Main if you're not already. Sorry, my hair got caught in my necklace. All of those things help a ton, help YouTube to know that we're doing good stuff over here and that they should help us find even more friends. So, all right, a little 2.3 and 2.1. See, same thing. It doesn't look lighter. It just looks like a different tone. We're gonna have to bring in a guest appearance by the 2.5, YO 2.5 that we used on those beaks. Because there's just like no, there we go, no contrast there. Kelly, you totally can. I promise. It's just practice. It's lots and lots of practice. I'm officially on, well, my baby just turned 9. So I'm on 7.5 to 8 years of coloring with alcohol markers now, which is wild to think about, for the record. I think I want to come in with that BO2 that we used on our birds, just on this inner edge of the snow globe, because that little bit you're going to see around that outline when we die cut. So I want it to have that, that little blue hint when we cut it out. We could wait until it was cut out to add it to, but it doesn't matter. We can go ahead and do it now. And then I kind of want to clean up from having to stamp it a couple times, which again was not the stamp's fault. It was my fault. I kind of want to clean up their little eye highlights, or his little eye highlight. So I'm going to grab a little 0.5 gel pen and maybe we'll give them some little highlights and just like cutesy them up a little bit. Right, you know how sometimes they draw birds with like their little dots around their wings and stuff, like the owls we did last week, the week before. I don't know. It's all blending together in my mind. That's cute. It doesn't have to scream highlight. I'll show you. Very cute. Yeah, it's easy. I use my daughter as the time reference for card making because I found it while I was pregnant with her. So that's why. Okay, so the dies that come in this one, you get a really cute Snow Sweet of You dies, like word die. But then you also get the outer portion. So like I said, you could stamp this in here and then just die cut the snow globe. You could die cut this the way it is, die cut this and add it on top. Or you can take the inner section and make a frame out of this. And then you also get the base that we're going to use to cover that when we go to assemble everything. So we are going to use the frame, but I'm going to die cut this first so I can make sure that I get my placement right on the inner part. So let's tape this guy down. Crafty corner stuff. I officially feel old. Yeah, I have two girlies. My oldest is 11. My youngest just turned 9. How old am I? I'm 36, right? Yeah, I'm 36. But in my mind, I'm like 30, 31. Right? And I'm old compared to Brennan, so there you go. There you go. I pulled out the stamps instead of the dies because I'm over here trying to do math to make sure I'm telling you I'm the right age, but I am. And I had my girls before all my friends started having kids. So sometimes it's even weirder to me because my oldest is the oldest of the friend group. And the youngest just turned 1. So there's 8 of them between the 4, me and my 3 college roommates. But it's like 11, 9, and then the next one I think is 6. So for a while I was in my 20s, but I felt like a teen mom. Like I felt very young. There we go. So that's pass 1 with our snow globe. And then you can see our cute, how stinking cute are these? And you can see like what a perfect size they are for in that snow globe. But now we got to put in our frame. Well, we got to put in the die to make our frame, I guess I should say. But you can already see, I think, how thin the outline is going to be when we die cut this. And so 100%, I have cut out like 10 frames before and stacked them all together and made a shaker that way, because you can glue the layers of paper one on top of the other, and make that work. But I didn't feel like doing that tonight. So what we're gonna do is cut the cutout that we want into our pattern paper, and that way we can line this up and we'll add foam behind this whole panel and make our whole front panel the shaker. And that way this can lay flat. This will be like empty. We can put our shaker bits. We'll put this on top up here instead of in. Do you know what I mean? You could put it like under and have it with the plastic on top, but I want my thing to be in front of the sparkles. So we'll add that there. And then we're gonna die cut our little thing, right? Very cute. And then I think we'll just put our sentiment down here, I think. It's gonna be so cute. Okay. let's see. I guess the next thing really is the frame, huh? Like cutting out the part in between. Right, I think at this point it's cuter to have the sentiment on like a little banner under. I was gonna put it here, but it's gonna cover up our cute embossing folder. So what do you think? Does that look pretty straight? I think so. So I'm going to fit this back in to my die cut piece. And then I am going to try to get this off around it, but if it doesn't come off, we'll just die cut it on there. There we go. So then I can hold the tape down where I need it to stay, and we can gently remove that. Make sure this stays in place. We can always double check it too to make sure that it looks right. And she does. She looks good to me. Okay. There we go. You guys are so funny. That's one of my favorite things about card making right now, like the card making community right now, is so varied. Like it's such a wide range of ages and backgrounds and states and countries, and like it feels like so many people are finding card making, and there's so many like companies that just do such different things that there's just like so much room for everyone. And I'm sure that sounds like a little like, you know, kumbaya or whatever, but I do mean that. The card community is just, well, we'll say this part of the card community is just such a great place to be. I'm sure there's other areas that probably aren't as lovely as here, but I feel extremely lucky to have you guys and to have found you guys, or you guys have found me, whatever, all of it. All right, I'm going to leave this base out because I don't want to forget that. And we're going to glue our frame into place first. Right? My kids are, I think we're talking about grandkids. My kids are already warning me that they aren't sure if they want kids. My one kid thinks she might want to adopt a kid. But like neither of them have been like dreaming of being a mom since day one. I personally dreamt of being a mom since day one. But that's okay. Whatever they want to do, I support them, because my retirement plan is to be a night nurse for moms with newborns who need night help. I found some night nurses on TikTok, and it literally is like my dream job. No one loves squishing a little baby and sniffing their head like I do. And I'm a night owl, so it's going to be perfect. I already planned it all out. Let's see. Melissa said that the card class on the cruise was a joke. They are selling 2 scrapbooks, a scrapbook kit. Perfect. Perfect. Yes, Darcel. The card making community is just great. And I'm assuming Jazzy Plans is also a planner, and I'm also a planner. So there's a big crossover there between the planner community and the card making community, and a lot of scrapbookers also do both. Okay, the next thing we need is some acetate. And I have some packaging right here. Full transparency. This is not Pink and Vein. That's why it has writing on it. So just ignore that. And this is one that has that stupid, you see it, hole punch. So we're going to have to make sure we're trimming under that. But there's more than enough here. That's not going to be a problem to trim under that. Let's see. Danielle has 11 grandkids. All right, let's see. We need this a little smaller because I don't want to be worried about it. So we're going to go 3 3/4 by 5. Perfect, it already was. Love to see it. And just for ease of use, we're going to go in with our thick Easy Tear tape. This is the 1/2 inch, I believe. Easy Tear tape. Looks like I'm going to need a new roll of that soon. Okay, and definitely it's a little long still, so we're going to add a little bit of that down there. I feel like I've told you guys this before, but I'm that person that, like, when a baby's crying at a restaurant or like on a plane, my husband has to like actively try to keep me from going up to strangers and offering to hold their baby. Like, I just want, you know, moms to feel like they have some backup. And I just really want to hold a baby. And I understand that we live in a world where that might not be seen as normal anymore. But that's all I want, is to hold all the babies. Oh my God, this is so cute. I think we can go ahead and add these guys on now. I'm going to put a chunk of the thick one on here, the thick tape, but then I'm also going to come in with some of the small tape to get into these little sections, I think. Hey, Terry. Danielle, isn't it so good? It's so much easier to use, and it's so strong, this Easy Tear. I do still have a tape runner. You guys know that. But for strength alone, I love using this stuff for shakers. For shakers and for our like pop-up cards, the Easy Tear is like a no-brainer. Oh, Gail's got 5 grandkids and 1 great-grandkid. Nice. I was the first grandkid, and I'm a little bit older than most of my cousins. And so my girls were the only great grandkids, which was really special. But now, unfortunately, there's no great-grandparents, but at least they got to know them a little bit. It's pretty cool being able to spend time with the great-grandkid. There we go. So look, now they look like they're just floating, but it's because they're on our acetate sheet. How cute is that? That by itself with like a little hinge would also be an adorable card, and just have it be like, surprise. I don't know, something like that. I like that. We're still making a shaker. Don't worry. I haven't lost the plot completely here. Okay, let's grab these. Darcel, I didn't plan on being the babysitter. Oh, but I'm sure they love spending so much time with you. Oh my God, that's so cute. Taylor Swift's. I don't think that's her real wedding day, for the record. There's no way that she would announce something like that ahead of time. She has too many stalkers and stuff, for the record. That is very cute. I hope that it is her wedding day so that they can name the baby Taylor or call her Tay Tay, because that's adorable. Okay. Oh yeah, little other like floral shaker bits would be so cute. We are going to use Pink and Main's confetti sequins, but I do agree that that would be adorable. All right, we just need a little chunk of Pebble. And now the questionable thing is, when you use an embossing folder on paper, it tends to shrink it a little bit. And this embossing folder has a lot of detail. So when we emboss this, it might shrink up, and we'll see if we need to adjust it. But in general, I want my embossed 3D lines to stay prominent. So we're going to die cut it first and then run it through. If we did it the other way around, we'd be able to control how much it shrinks, but our embossed lines would be kind of squished back into the paper. So it would probably still have the pattern, but it wouldn't be as a dramatic of a like 3D effect. And I really want that for this card. So we're going to try it and see what happens. Okay. So there's our little base. Right, and it's going to go like that, which is cute, but I just think having it be a little wood grain would be adorable. And I want the wood grain to go across it horizontally. No, that's not the right sandwich. Always hinge side first. I shifted it on the plate. I moved it up. Oh, cute. Okay, let's see. I think we're still good. Oh, I like that. See, I don't think I have floral shaker bits. So I don't get like the full courtyard kit. So sometimes I don't get all the stuff in there. Sometimes I just get some of it. So if maybe that's why, if it was a kit. I have like a ton of clay pieces, but I checked, I don't have flowers. Look how cute. Oh, that did exactly what I wanted it to do. Yay. Let's see, Helene's loving the flowers. Me too. So happy. Ooh, sorry. Hit the camera. It does kind of look like a little rowboat. It does. Okay, so the next thing we need is foam. And you know, I got my big old foam tape. So we're going to make a big frame the whole way around our card. And then we're going to make ourselves a couple little we're going to make a little like shelf here and maybe around these corners so that we're not losing sequins off into space. Because we want this to lay nice across the whole card front. But I don't want to have all of the sequins completely like gone if we're not like actively shaking the card. So we're gonna make a little shelf right there. And we're trying to get this pretty close, but we're not using glitter or anything. So if it's not perfect, it really doesn't, it's not gonna take away. And then I'm gonna cut a couple little rectangles to pop into these corners. And if you really wanted to, you could also put a little piece here that would help kind of hold everything up, but you run the risk of sequins getting kind of stuck around it. So I'm not going to worry about that for right now. I am going, which I don't always do, I am going to take a little bit of my anti-static powder brush. Ooh, that was my whole bun. Sorry, guys. Oh, and I'm going to just, I'm not tilting it upside down over my whole card, but I do want to get a little bit of that powder around those edges of the foam while the paper is still on. Can't believe I just hated my whole bun. So that the sequins don't just get stuck to the foam tape. That's the goal. Do I have any of the sequins from the advent calendar? I don't. I did not. Libby and I talked about it and we decided that I was going to skip the advent calendar this year because that's one extra calendar that could go to you guys. Because I don't get to like use them after the lives because I don't like using stuff that people can't get. So that's why. What do I want to do? Whatever I do, it never seems like the right decision when it comes to adding sequins or peeling the paper. Although I guess we're going to need to put the sequins on here. So it really didn't matter anyway. But I always am like, oh, well, you should add your sequins first, right? Like if we were going to put this on top and then remove the paper. But then inevitably I move the paper and the whole thing moves. And then all the sequins end up sticking to the tape anyway, so I don't know. Oh, here, this can be our little swatch to try to figure out what colors we want. Okay, we have that blue. Let's just pull out all the blues. These are definitely too purpley, right? kind of like the more clear blue. That looks better. So that is Glass Slipper. And then I normally don't love this yellow because it's so yellow, but in this case, I feel like it's the right yellow. But maybe so it's not screaming quite so loud, we can add some diamond confetti to it too, some of the clear. Or the gardenia white. That could be fun. Let's do that. I feel like I use diamond. Well, obviously I use diamond a lot. Look how much is left versus my other containers. I am so selfless, Brenna. You're so right. Must have February cat. I think I saw February cat. He's pretty cute. Right? I mean, my sacrifice just for you. I did not mean it like that, to be clear. All right, let's just start adding a little pile. I feel like I know you guys know, but in case anybody's lurking that I can't see in the comments and you're not used to me, I promise that's not how I am. We're just kidding. Well, that's weird. They have like a little tail on them. Okay, that's enough of the white ones. Everybody's waiting to place their order for February cat. I love it. Well, the release is the 3rd Friday of the month. So what's that? The 18th? Is that real? Did I just make that up? Whatever that Friday is. Three Fridays from now. I don't know. That yellow kind of looks green with that blue. But see, that just doesn't look yellow enough. That's fine. We're just going to do the yellow. Because if it looks green, there's green in our card too. It's just so weird. Like this looks, maybe it's just my computer screen. Because in person it looks yellow, but on my screen it looks green. If it looks green, it's not. Just trust me. Oh, we need way more than that. 20th. Thank you, Virginia. Oh man, I just finished my 10th book of the year today at work. It was not my favorite one, but it wasn't bad. It was supposed to be like a mystery, but it felt like it was like all this buildup and then they solved the mystery in like 3 seconds with no work. Look how fun! Yeah, a little chartreuse. But see, like in here, I feel like it still reads yellow. In person, it definitely does. So cute. We get a shaker. We didn't have to cut foam into impossibly thin strips. And we didn't have to glue 27 pieces together to make a frame. Absolutely love it. Okay, let's see. Spring is in the air. Happy birthday. Oh, hello, sunshine. That's the one. That's the vibe that I need right now. Hello, sunshine. I don't know. That could still be cute. Or do we do it on a little banner underneath? I think we still do it on the banner underneath. I'm going to try to give it a little space. Because I might want to use a little sentiment die. Let's turn it this way. Like a little sentiment strip die, perhaps. I'm thinking barbershop. Thinking a little blue. Oh, that's cute, Melissa. Melissa said she's thinking about using her pop-up truck card to make a little Valentine card with the hearts. Love it. That little pop of blue will be cute. I need to pull that black ink back out and leave it right here so I don't forget to re-ink it. Because let's be clear, it was for both reasons, right? Not only is the blue cute, but I really don't want to try to stamp a sentiment with that black ink until I've re-inked it. Which I should have remembered from last time, but you know. All right, so our confetti sequins were sunshine confetti, gardenia, and glass slipper. Should I tell you that before I put them away? Because I did not know what I was going to use, so I did not put them in the description. And then just trying to find my sentiment strips. Let's see if the thin ones are thick enough. I have a bad feeling they are not. I don't think they are. All right, let's see how chunky the chunky guys are. Is that going to be ridiculous looking? Yeah, I don't like that. I need like right in between. That's okay. Look at me go. She's got really good, got that really straight. Okay. Line up the end of my E's with this little bar of my paper cutter. Then I can line up the H with that as well to get it pretty even side to side. What do you think? A little hello sunshine or hello sunshine? I still like it on the I still like it on the thing. I'm just gonna go for it. I like it. I think it's very cute. Right, like those little, like a little nameplate almost. Hello, sunshine. Hey, Frida. Oh, it's so cute. I do feel like now that there's not a sentiment though, it could use a little something. And I never just drop glue on my paper like that, so you know I must feel confident about it. Although right now my brain is like panicking. I'm gonna pull out some of these gardenia sequins. And we're just gonna add just a couple little blobs. Just like that. Just to help carry the sequins kind of like across, balance it out a little bit. I mean, I know there's a lot going on with this pattern paper anyway, but I think for not having something down here, that's a nice way to like carry everything over. So that's gonna be our little shaker card for tonight. Look at me, almost on time. Way to go. Way to go, guys. Good teamwork. I think this one is just so cute. Like I said, I'm 99% sure that I will have the stamp of the month for Thursday. If not, we'll find something else to make. You know we will. We always do. I do want to try to make at least one more Valentine's Day card between now and then. So if you see any, if you're looking through your stash or you look on the website and you see any Valentine's specific or like something that's not Valentine's that you would like to see how I would make it Valentine's, that would be fine too. But definitely let me know what your requests are if you have any for Valentine's between this week and next week. I want to make at least one more Valentine themed card, love themed card, whatever, before we go full force into spring and Easter with a little sprinkle of St. Patrick's Day, I bet. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will see you back here on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So have a great day tomorrow. Thanks for all your support and kind words and support of me and Pink and Main. And I will see you later this week. Until next time, guys, have a great night. Happy crafting.